You're listening to TGI Sports Talk with your host, Keith Angle, on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Hey guys, Keith Angle for TGI Sports Talk right here on the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. I'll play our new promo right after the show. Still trying to work that in and make it work well. Guys, I want to talk real quick today, just for a few minutes, about Tony La Russa and baseball's unwritten rules. I have a hard time here. I come down on both sides of this. There are unwritten rules in baseball that are just have been obliterated and not paid any attention to today. Bat flipping, showing up pitchers, not running out fly balls, stealing bases with X amount of runs ahead, hitting what your mean Mercedes did the other day, up 15-4, swinging 3-0 on a position player pitching. I mean, there's some unwritten rules that I think are right. You shouldn't be showing up pitchers. Stuff with guys stealing bases. Look at guys can score runs in bunches today. If you steal bases stop me. It's your job to stop me. When it comes to guys scoring runs, whether it's football and touchdowns, however we're going to score points, or baseball or basketball, it's not my job to stop my team from scoring. It's your job, not mine. So when it comes to that unwritten rule, and whether your min Mercedes should have been swinging 3-0 with a position player in the game pitching in a 15-4 game, I don't care, Tony. When it comes to other rules where you're showing up players and the things where there's no modesty in the game today, I don't like it. But when it comes to scoring runs, it's not my job to stop me. Your job to stop me. And for Tony La Russa, who holds these rules so tightly when they are convenient for him, by the way. And this is going to be the problem with Tony La Russa and this team coming back after a 10-year layoff, whether the questions were whether he'd be able to deal with today's players because he is old school. I'm old school. But this is not a huge deal. Let the players take care of it on the field. And Tony, be quiet. Why are you encouraging the opposition to take offense? They can if they want. My job is to score runs. If I'm a batter, I get paid for my numbers at the end of the year. It's a game of numbers. And the team's going to use it against me later on if that home run is not, not that specific home run, but my totals are going to be used against me. Score all the runs you want. You guys need to stop me. You want to brush guys back the next day? Well, that's fine. That's the way the game is played, and let the players police themselves. Tony La Russa doesn't need to call out his own player for breaking what he sees as unwritten rules. He doesn't have to comment the next night when the Twins pitchers knock Mercedes down and say, well, I don't blame him. I don't, and I don't care whether it's a position player or a pitcher. I don't get the pitchers who are backing up. I think La Russa thought the pitchers would all come to his defense, but he didn't hit it off a pitcher. He hit it off of a position player. I mean, Rocco Baldelli said he was surprised to see him swinging like that as well. Look at guys, you stop me. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you got ways to control that. Send a message. Why your manager's calling you out? A manager who, by the way, certainly turned a blind eye in the Oakland A's clubhouse when his sluggers were injecting themselves in the butt with God knows what. But now Tony's got a problem with unwritten rules. You had players cheating right and left in Oakland and in St. Louis. Yes, you, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, and who knows who else. But Tony La Russa had no problem with that. But Tony La Russa's got a problem with this. Now, I'm put in the awkward position of being an old school guy myself, always yelling at the kids to get off my lawn. and saying some of these unwritten rules in baseball should still be adhered to, but not the ones that you're up there trying to score runs, and that's how your livelihood and how you're going to be paid next time is judged. This Tony La Russa's off base calling out his own player here. Let the other team call you out. Let Rocco Baldelli take exception to it. Let the Twins pitchers take exception to it. And La Russa's yelling at him, take. All right, fine. So he ignored the. Now that I have a bigger problem with. If the manager's telling him what to do and he ignores it, well, that's not good. The manager can tell players not to steal bases. Manager can tell players not to swing the bat. Managers tell players where to position themselves in the field. Managers can tell pitchers what pitches to throw. And if they're doing that and the players are not adhering to what they tell them to do, well, then they should be disciplined. But if we're just talking strictly about not trying to score runs when you're up X amount of runs, well, as I say in football and I say in other sports, my job is to score runs or points, and yours is to stop me. I don't get paid to stop myself. Again, my problem is more with the showboating that goes on. Taking 5 minutes and a sundial to time a guy running around the bases on a home run, to the bat flipping and the lack of hustle. That shouldn't even be an unwritten rule. That should be a rule. Run. Easiest thing to do in sports is run. But we aren't getting Tony La Russa. Why aren't you getting on your players for turning doubles into singles and triples into doubles? But you get on them for this. I end up on both sides of this issue, and I don't like being in this position. And it's one thing. I want nothing more than to back Tony La Russa up in this case, but I have a hard time doing it because of the way he approached it in the media, calling out his own player. Let the opposition do it, especially when he's turned a blind eye to so many things in the past and still does. Every manager in baseball doesn't get on guys for lack of hustle. Actually, Joe Girardi did the other day. Well, it wasn't even for lack of hustle. It was for making an error. Segura made 2 errors in 2 days. And twice in 2 games, Girardi told him to catch the ball. And the guy got in his face. That stuff I got a problem with. If La Russa was telling him, take, and he swung the bat, well, I got a problem with that. But don't talk about unwritten rules in baseball, Tony, when you only follow the ones that are convenient for you to follow. I do like unwritten rules. And I do think some of them belong still in baseball. And there is an honor code in baseball. But that doesn't come to, I don't think it applies to this. If there's an honor code, unwritten rules, teams have been stealing signs forever. Why was the Houston Astro deal such a big deal if these unwritten rules mattered so much? Teams been doing it forever. Guys have been loading up baseballs forever. It's illegal. But I got to stop scoring runs when we get ahead by a certain amount of runs. I'm not flip-flopping, guys. I guess there's certain unwritten rules I agree with and some that I don't. I've never agreed with rules that say I need to stop scoring runs at a certain point in the game. Again, don't disrespect your manager, but don't disrespect your players, Tony. You knew what you were getting yourself into here. And again, at the risk of repeating myself for the 3rd time, how about enforcing the rules that players should run hard to first base and run hard to second base and run hard to third base and hustle all the time that they're on the field? Those are rules that matter, unwritten rules that matter, and they shouldn't have to be written. But you choose to make a big deal about this one when you got players every night not running out ground balls, not running hard on base hits to the gaps and turning those doubles into singles. It costs you ball games. There I am. How about calling guys out for that? Tony? I don't know. I'll probably get a bunch of comments here because it sounds like I'm on both sides of the fence here, and I am. Quite frankly, I am. God. Unwritten rules in baseball. Tell me what you think, guys. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me guys ought to be able to flip bats and do whatever they want because it's a cultural thing. Tell me that that you should stop scoring runs. I don't know why. Get pitchers that can get me out. All right, guys. Keith Engel, TGI Sports Talk. I've been here. Done the best I can with this vlog. I'm really ticked off, and I don't know what I'm even mad about. A comment. Tell me I'm nuts. Keith Engel, TGI Sports Talk, right here on Northeast Streaming Sports. Catch us on the flip side, guys. Watch this promo. Have a good weekend.
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, you guys any